Welcome back, everybody. My next guest is a comedian, writer, and a television host. His new CNN series is United Shades of America. Please welcome W. Kamau Bell.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
W. Kamau or just Kamau?
We know each other now, so Kamau is fine.
Kamau is fine.
Yeah, we're friends now. We're old friends.
Okay, because we met right over there. So why the W? Was there another Kamau Bell out there that you needed to differentiate yourself
from?
from?
You meet Kamaus all the time, Stephen, and you just have to sort of separate yourself from the pack.
I understand that. I understand that. Well, congratulations on the new show, United Shades of America.
Yes, sir.
What's that title mean?
Yeah, thank you, 3 people. I appreciate that.
There you go.
You know, I travel around the country as a comedian. I live in the Bay Area. I know that there's lots of different people out there in the world.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to sit down and try to have as many conversations as possible and learn from people and be funny at the same time.
No,
I'm basically going for a Nobel Peace Prize, is what I'm saying.
Good luck, good luck.
Yeah, well, Obama got one.
So I feel exactly.
Like
Really early on. Really early on. What's keeping you back?
I'm 2 weeks into my show. I think it's on the way. It's on the way.
Well, one of the ways I heard this described is a black guy goes where he shouldn't.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Where is that?
Basically, if you leave your house as a black person in America, you're probably in dangerous territory. So,
all right.
Yeah, but I'm going further outside of my house. I mean, a lot of this country, I travel as a comedian, and I will go to towns where I just say to do comedy, and as soon as I walk into the town, they go, "You must be the comedian." Just because I don't look like I'm somebody who should be there, so they're like, "You better be funny or else you're in the wrong place."
Well, you went to one place specifically that seemed like the wrong place.
Yes.
You actually met some members of the Klan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. To be clear, the KKK, not the other clans that are out there, not like a Scottish clan.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Klan with a K. Klan with a K.
Yeah.
And you actually sat down with some of their leaders and talked about whether they were hateful or racist or violent. Yeah. And we have a little clip right here, Jim.
The Klan, to me, is just a tool to reach people. I feel that it gets the biggest bang for the buck.
Okay.
And that's why I joined the Klan. But my personal belief, is that black people cannot maintain law and order on their own.
Really?
That's my personal belief.
And why do you think that is?
White people have an inner drive for discipline and law and order.
All white people?
No, not all white people.
I'm just
Well, that great restraint shown by you in that interview. Was that tough to sit there and listen to that?
I mean, it was tough to sit there and try to eat. We were supposed to have lunch, but I really couldn't take in the hatred and also eat a burger at the same time. It was like, it was too much multitasking. Keep talking. Want some ketchup? No, I couldn't do that.
I found that there's some really delicious racist barbecue in the world, though.
There is. There is. Yeah.
So, did you go to a cross burning?
Yes, I went to the first day of shooting. I met the crew the night before at the hotel, and the first day of shooting, we went to a cross burning. So your first day of work, and it's a cross burning. Yeah.
And my God, how do you actually keep yourself, how do you keep yourself calm when there are people out there burning a cross, which is such a symbol of hate? Like, how do you try to make connections with these people.
Yeah.
How do you make a connection with someone whose entire sort of political, if not social ethos is to divide the races?
Well, I mean, I definitely went there because I knew that we were making this a TV show. I would not have gone to go hang out with the Klan by myself.
No, I understand. I understand that. I understand that.
But so I knew the whole time, there's a greater thing we're trying to do here. If it ends up in a Jerry Springer chair throwing episode, it's not actually going to do the thing it's supposed to do. So the whole idea is to sit there and listen to them and process and also see if I can make them laugh, which I did. And then when they started to burn the cross, I really just sort of relied on the weight of black people's history to sort of keep me in that moment. You know what I mean? I felt like I can't run out of here or scream because the point of here is to sit here and witness this. And a lot of black people who saw crosses burning didn't get out alive. So I felt like I know I get to leave. So I think I can stand here in this moment and take this.
I accept that there's a particular weight on the legacy of the way white people have treated other people in this nation that has to make, that there's a landmine for unwitting racist behavior or statements. What is the most racist thing you think people do without thinking it's racist?
I think the most racist thing people do without thinking it's racist is the following, starting a sentence like this. I'm not racist, but...
That's true.
I think the minute you try to pretend, especially as a white person in this country, you try to pretend like you're not actually benefiting from racism and white supremacy, the minute you try to accept it, sort of accept yourself from that, you're leaning into racism.
Okay, well, I'm not racist, but let me just ask you this. Is there a particular racism that black people engage in that you're aware of?
Here's the thing. We talk about, when you say the word racism, a lot of people who are way smarter than me, like Cornel West, the guy I try to look like.
You got to get a bigger beard.
I know,
you got to go with a bigger beard. Yeah.
The academics, they don't believe you can be racist if you're a person of color, if you're a black person. We can be prejudiced, but racism implies power and institutions behind it.
Oh, I understand that.
Yeah, so it's like I can be prejudiced. I can be like, I don't like white people, but I can't like not hire them or not give them their voting rights. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very different thing.
Yeah, you're lucky. Because as a white person, it's super easy for me to be racist,
yeah, no,
evidently.
It's easy. It's like you can wake up.
I don't even have to try. I don't even have to try.
First thing in the morning, racism! Yeah.
What did you think of Larry Wilmore and the way he ended his speech the other night with the N-word to the president?
Well, first of all, I like Larry Wilmore. I think he was playing to the people at home, which I think, you know, as you may know about that experience at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. You either play to the people in the room or you play to the people at home.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate all the CNN jokes. That's my new network. So
oh, sure.
he said he remembers when CNN used to be a news network, and I feel like that's a shot at me, you know.
Very specific.
And I just want to say, I remember when the show that followed The Daily Show used to be funny. So,
yeah. Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn was a very funny show. Well, the United Shades of America airs Sunday nights on CNN. Thank you so much here, W. Kamau.